You know, every single high performer, whether they're on a basketball court or in the corner office, faces that one moment, that moment that tests them to their absolute core, a major setback. But what is it that separates the people who stay down from the ones who come back even stronger? Well, it's not just about skill, it's about having a mental blueprint. So today, we're going to unlock that blueprint together. Okay, let's just dive right in with two absolutely incredible examples. On one side, you've got NBA superstar Kevin Durant, who suffered an Achilles tear. I mean, that's an injury that has literally ended careers. Then on the other side, you have soccer legend Alex Morgan, facing the monumental challenge of returning to elite, world-class form right after having a baby. Now, their arenas couldn't be more different, right? But their mental battle, it's universal. It's the exact same battle we face after a layoff, a project that completely fails, or any huge career shift. See, this isn't just their story. This is a guide for us. So here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to break down the universal setback and why it happens to pretty much everyone. Then we're going to get a little personal and dig into how you rebuild your identity when your professional world gets shaken up. From there, we'll get super practical with a 3-step comeback plan. And finally, we'll put it all together to see how you can turn this whole thing from a setback into a real source of strength. Ready? Let's jump in.
First up, the universal setback. Look, before we can even think about a comeback, we have to completely reframe the setback itself. The first thing you have to really get, is that this isn't just happening to you. Whether you're Kevin Durant or an analyst who just got laid off, every single high achiever faces these moments. No exceptions.
And this right here, this is a total mental shift. A setback is not a red card that gets you kicked off the field for good. No way. Think of it more like a timeout or a really tough quarter. It's literally proof that you are in the game, that you're competing, that you're pushing your limits. It's just a chapter in your journey. It's not the final page.
All right, so we've established that setbacks are part of the deal. They're normal. So what's next? This is where the real work begins, rebuilding your identity. Because so often, the biggest challenge isn't what happened out there, it's the crisis it creates in here.
And this is the question that can really hit you, right? For so many of us, our job title just becomes who we are. I'm a manager. I'm a developer. I'm an athlete. And when that's taken away, even if it's just for a little while, it can feel like you've lost a huge piece of yourself. So you have to ask, who are you without that label? And the good news is there is a path forward. It's not about pretending you're fine. Step one is just to acknowledge the void. It's totally okay to feel lost. Then you start doing the work of rediscovering what your core values are, what truly matters to you beyond any job title. And finally, you get to redefine what success even means completely on your own terms, not anybody else's. So you've done the internal work, you started rebuilding your identity, now it's time to get tactical. Welcome to your comeback plan. This isn't just theory, okay? Think of this as your mental training guide, and we've broken it down into 3 solid, concrete steps. Step 1 sounds simple, but trust me, it's so powerful in practice. Set new goals. Your old goals might be gone, or maybe they're just on pause for now. What really matters is creating a new direction to pour all of that energy into. And this is the key to how you do it. It's not about staring at some distant mountain peak and feeling overwhelmed. No, it's about focusing on the very next step right in front of you. The small actions you can actually control today. You got to aim for those short-term wins because every single one builds momentum. And this is critical. These goals have to be personal and meaningful to you. That's the only thing that's going to keep you going. So you've got your new goals. Awesome. But we all know the road isn't going to be a straight line, right? That brings us to step 2, which is just absolutely essential. You have to develop resilience. I mean, just look at this definition here. Resilience isn't some magic trait you're either born with or you're not. It's simply the capacity to recover. It's toughness. And here's the best part. It's a muscle. And that means you can train it, you can build it. Every little challenge you overcome is like another rep in your mental gym. And that brings us to our final step. And let's be real, this can be the toughest one of all, finding motivation. Because when you're feeling down and out, the drive to even get started can feel, well, it can feel impossible. So how do you find that drive? First, you got to reconnect with your why. Go back to the very beginning. What made you fall in love with this in the first place? Second, build that momentum by celebrating every small victory. Let that positive feeling be your fuel. And finally, and this is so important, lean on your support system. Remember this, nobody, and I mean nobody, makes a comeback alone.
All right, we have covered a ton of ground. So now, in this last section, let's tie this all together. We're going to see how all these pieces, your identity, your goals, your resilience, and your motivation, all combine to transform a setback into a genuine source of strength.
I love this because it's like a direct map for your mind. When you're feeling, I'm lost, your blueprint action is to rebuild your identity. When you're asking, okay, what's next, your action is to set new goals. Feeling like you just want to quit, that is your cue to work on developing resilience. And when that thought creeps in, why even bother, that is the moment to find your motivation. It's a direct path from a feeling to an action.
You know, when you boil it all down, this entire blueprint comes back to one simple but incredibly profound idea, a truth that has guided people for centuries. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. The goal isn't to somehow avoid falling, it's to master the art of getting back up every single time.
So I want you to leave with this thought. Every single setback is just the beginning of a comeback story. You have the blueprint now. The only question left is, what's your comeback story going to be?